Now, the 2018 World Cup preparations are in top gear in many countries. The Super Eagles are in Uyo and they will be playing the Democratic Republic of Congo in Port Harcourt on Monday. Just when many thought the perennial issues have been overcome, that's problem of funds, there may be trouble looming for Nigeria. There's the knotty issue of funds for the team and the legitimacy of the present leadership of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, following the ruling of the Supreme Court. Now, the World Football Body, FIFA, is to give Nigeria $12.5 million for reaching the World Cup. Out of this, FIFA has released the sum of $1.5 million for the Super Eagles training. And the Minister of Sports, Solomon Dalong, has read the Riot Act over how the money will be spent. Also, the National Association of Nigerian Footballers, NANF, the body we thought has is no longer in existence, suddenly woke up. And they are saying that they've called on the federal government not to release the funds to the present leadership of the NFF. Big issues here in Nigerian football. The Super Eagles are preparing to go. Now, joining us in the studio is a sports journalist and media consultant. He's reported for the Sun newspapers, he's reported for the Daily Telegraph, he's the New Telegraph, and then the Union newspapers. Chimaobi Uchendu, glad to have you join us.
Thank you, Solo. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I thought that Amaju Pinnick and the present NFF leadership had it all on the wraps. They've secured so much sponsorship. They have settled the issues of funds, what the players will get. Now suddenly everything is coming up. FIFA has released money and we hear it's not going straight to the NFF. The minister is in charge. Is that not a recipe for trouble, a lot of trouble at the World Cup?
No, it can be trouble. FIFA in their wisdom has released the money to Nigeria. The money was released to Nigeria, in quotes, irrespective of where the money was released, it's released to Nigeria. So I don't know where the trouble is coming from.
All right, that's Chimobi, says there's no trouble. But then let me say that also joining us from London is former junior international and now manager of Newham United Reserves, Emmanuel Adekunle. Chimobi says it is no trouble. Men, don't you think there is trouble?
Chimobi knows what he's talking about, but as far as we know, that FIFA doesn't joke when it comes to the money given to a football federation to run the football affairs of the country. This is not for Nigeria, it is for the Nigeria Football Federation to run their football affairs of Nigeria. So the money has to go into football. It doesn't, they haven't given that money to Nigeria to spend it on other things, only on football. And that has to, that fact has to be ringed to Mr. Dalong's ears.
Well, it's been paid for football, yes. But the fact that it's been paid to the Nigerian government, it shouldn't be spent for something else.
Solo, why are we worrying ourselves? FIFA, in their wisdom, paid the money to Nigeria.
Not to the NFF. Not
to the NFF. Apparently, they know that there is a leadership tussle. Apparently, they know that the leadership has changed from Amaju Pinnick to Giwa.
When?
After the Supreme Court's judgment.
Well, I thought it's a releasing of the case.
No, my friend. Go to that judgment, page 25. You will see the Supreme Court said the matter should be released, but the orders of the High Court subsists. What did the order say? The order said that the August 25th election that took place in Chida Hotels, which brought in Chris Giwa and his group on board, should be respected. That they are the authentic NFF leadership.
Now, what happens to who manages the Super Eagles?
No, for clarity, yeah. FIFA did this so that Nigeria will not be in problem, so that the country can participate at the World Cup without rancor, so that the sports ministry, being a neutral arbiter, can disburse these monies without anybody.
How neutral do you think the sports ministry and the minister are in this matter?
The minister will only obey the laws of the land. He doesn't have a favorite person. After all, he has been working with Pinnick all these years. Suddenly, the Supreme Court judgment came. As a man that has sworn the oath to respect the laws of the land. He has to respect the Supreme Court judgment, of course.
Well, Emmanuel, what's your take on this? In Brazil, we had the problem where the players went on strike, and the federal government has to ferry another tranche of millions of dollars to pay. And then after that, Nigeria had to lose to France. Don't you foresee another problem of this nature coming up in Russia?
Solomon, like we all know, this problem has been there forever. It's been there right from the days of Segun Odegbami and Co. And it's still there. And if we don't deal with these problems, then our football is not going to grow. We're not going to go nowhere. And that is the reason why football is going backwards in Nigeria for the past few years. Imagine Nigerian League. I watched Nigerian League and I couldn't find anybody in the stadium watching football. That's not Nigerian League. Nigerian League before, I remember when I was playing for the stationery stores, 2 o'clock, by 2 o'clock, the Onikon Stadium is filled. But now, football is going backwards. So we need to try and do something about these so-called leaders that keep holding Nigeria's Super Eagles money and not releasing the money to them. And thereby, players going on strike. That doesn't happen in the countries like England, like Spain, like Brazil. It doesn't happen.
But so far,
has to be paid at all times.
But so far, the Super Eagles have been preparing well, and everybody is a bit confident that this team, a young team, they are doing well. So far, with the preparations, how far do you think this team can go? Are they doing well? Are they preparing well at the moment? And how far do you think these preparations can take them?
Solomon, to be frank with you, I watched Nigeria play against Atletico, and I was like, is this Nigeria or not? I have to give kudos to the NFF for organizing that kind of a match, because that kind of a match, we put players on pressure. Playing against Atletico. Atletico is one of the best teams in the world, not only in Europe. And playing against them with a lot of confidence, I was so proud to be in Nigeria watching them. And I think the way they're going, if they can keep it tight, if they can keep it tight, not losing their heads, they might go places in the World Cup.
Well, how is this Super Eagles? You are home, he is in London. From your experience, do you think this team is preparing well? Amaju has done something well.
Amaju has done very well. Let me give it to him. He has done very, very well. The team is preparing well. I love what the coach is doing. The coach is mixing youth with experience. They are hungry for success, but let us not bungle it. Let us not use bonus or money from FIFA to do. FIFA, in his wisdom, has done what they can do for Nigeria. The team is preparing well. Let nobody say because the money was not paid to NFF, the team will crash or the players will revolt. No, unless somebody instigates them to revolt. But so far, they are doing well. Their money is intact. The ministry will disburse the money accordingly. And I think we are good to go.
One final thing before I let you go, Emmanuel. Arsenal have got their man, Unai Emery. Why not Arteta? He's a Barcelona brought up, played through the Barcelona Academy, has played for Arsenal, captained Arsenal, and is now playing, coaching under Pep Guardiola, the enigmatic Pep Guardiola. This late choice of Unai Emery, who can't even transmit in English, don't you think this is going to be a challenge for Arsenal?
I will say no to that. And I will say that Arsenal has done very well by getting this man, because you're talking about Arteta. Arteta hasn't got any experience. This man has got a lot. He's got a lot, both in a domestic league and in Europe. And he is a winner. He's a winner in every area. He's won the league. He's won the FA Cups. He's won in Europe. So I think they've done a great job by getting this man. And I think he plays the kind of football Arsenal love. And in that sense, he's going to gel well together with Arsenal. And he's a man that knows about talent. He's a man that has produced talent in the likes of Joan Mata, the likes of David Silva and Co. And for me, I was really, really happy with Arsenal.
All right, thank you.
Man. And
thank you so much.
play.
I wish we had a lot more time to talk about this, and Chimobi wouldn't be able to say anything. Incidentally, he's an Arsenal fan. Well, that's all of sports this morning. But then, hopefully, tomorrow we'll be here again. I'll be telling you more about sports. But Ngozi and Azizat will take you through the rest of the program.